The Wild Wild West.
All right. Hey, we're here live
what's going
today,
on?
and our guest today is Simple Jack.
Don't worry about it, he says.
We actually just took him off a stick in a cornfield. He was a scarecrow.
I think it's cool. It's what the kids are doing. I'm part of the young Latin kings running around the streets.
It's good.
It is a Paul Brother haircut. You got a Paul Brother haircut.
True.
I was on the phone to Shane immediately before getting the haircut, and I said, the barber has a monkey. Because there was a small monkey at the barber shop.
Say what?
There was a monkey at the barber shop near where we live, and it had pajamas on, and it was on a leash.
Do you let the monkey cut your hair?
No.
Yeah.
The monkey was in the next room screaming and very unhappy.
He had like an angry monkey in the barbershop?
There were like 18 guys working in the barbershop, and one of them had a monkey. I've never seen this before. Anyway,
And you were like, that's where I want to go.
it was the most affordable place to have your hair cut in the area. Everywhere else was like, I went to another barber first, and they said you need an appointment. And I thought that broke the barber's code of like, just walk in and hang out.
Yeah, can I just talk baseball? That was the original barbershop quartet. You would stand outside of the barbershop and dudes would just harmonize and just get down. Barbers used to keep musical instruments in their place.
Just to keep the party going on it?
Yeah, you would chill and just be like, oh, with like 4 of your boys and fire
For
them
the
up.
longest time.
You'd be at like the ye old hair cuttery and just be like, oh.
White people started that.
Yeah, true. In England, they would keep like a lute handy just in case.
The barbershop? It's a white thing.
It kind of, I mean, dude, barbershop chill culture.
Now white
Yeah.
culture. Now white haircuts are just either guys with those mustaches or go to the hair cuttery at Walmart.
Yeah.
Now we're talking a cut.
There's not a hair cuttery at Walmart.
Yeah, they would have done you better than the monkeys.
I keep thinking of signing up to the Walmart bank. Well, every time I'd said I went to the barbershop
what I
and they
meant.
had a monkey, people did say that.
The monkey cut.
People looked at me like I was dropping
monkey
some
cut.
terrible slur.
It's not a bad haircut.
It's not that bad.
It's not that you got to pick someone of your race to cut your hair. The worst one I had was an Asian barber who had no idea what to do with hair.
It was worse.
Yeah, I've had a worse. This is not the worst haircut, if you can believe it. Best one I had was an ex-con in Adelaide. That was great.
Yeah.
I got a mullet. They knew what to do. They were respectful.
Yeah, you should get a mullet.
I let the mullet grow out too much, and then I immediately look like a fat woman from Barber.
Oh man. Well, James, the special's doing great. You got to feel
Yeah,
good.
man.
It was meant to be an hour, and then I had a panic attack, and I cut it right down. So I'll do another one. But thank you for having it come out. I drank raw milk, and then I was vomiting everywhere. And
I know.
I
It was
felt
just
bad
hard
about
to
it.
hear you had a bad experience.
Yeah.
I was devastated that the raw
Well,
milk.
that was the conversation we had because he was like, I think it was the raw milk. And I was like, I don't know, but I just got raw milk. Matt gave me raw milk and it was great.
Yeah.
It was the most delicious milk.
I sucked Matt's raw milk down and it felt great. But then he was like, no, I had like 7 glasses.
I
Yeah.
drank
was like, yeah.
most of a gallon.
The
The regular milk will
long?
fucking do that too.
What did you say?
You crushed almost a gallon.
It
in
was
like
too good.
It is so good.
It's so good.
It
It is
tasted
so
like a
good.
secret. It was,
You know, there is like a thing about how milk itself is like white supremacist.
That's why I wanted the right-wing milk. I wanted to see what it was like. And the guy who was selling it, he was handsome. He had big shoulders. He was the only person at the farmer's market who actually looked healthy. Everyone else
Yeah.
looks weak and faded and unusual. But
They're not
he had
drinking
like
the
a
raw
cool
milk,
van. Do you know what I mean? I just
Yeah.
didn't trust
Yeah.
anyone else.
They're not fucking drinking the raw milk. They say that they're like, there is like almost like a Nazi Aryan connection where they try to say like the original mythical Aryans were the only people who could digest cow's milk. And that
Well, I'm
gave
a
them an
race
advantage.
traitor as well as being sick.
No.
I don't live up to Hitler's ideals with my food poisoning.
No, they say like you just drank too much. You
I
had
am
too much
going to
power.
go back to the raw milk, I think.
I know
It's
you're
just
going
not
back.
enough for me to stay
back
away
to the
from
well.
it.
And
One
you're
glass.
I know you're going to go back to the beef bourguignon.
I was going to ask for that video of me throwing up over the beef
Bourguignon.
bourguignon. I thought that would be good if I ever have a production company.
I know, beef
It
bourguignon.
would be cool to have Bourguignon Productions. And then,
Yeah.
oh, Bourguignon.
Yeah.
Did you throw up the bourguignon?
Yeah, me and him went out one night in Philly.
Puked
I
up-
never told you this?
No.
And he got fucking hammered. He got shit-faced at dinner. And he got beef bourguignon. And then we got back to my apartment and he was fucking puking. And he was like, Shine, don't follow me. I was filming him.
I asked him not to record,
He
but
was like,
it's a
don't
great
record
clip.
this. And I was like, I'm not. And
Then he showed it to my wife. I try and say that we work hard when we're on the road. He's like, James, we're so fucked up. Look at him vomiting beef bourguignon.
but the beef bourguignon, like in between, he vomits so loud. It's like,
That is a problem that I do have. Yeah.
And then he goes, Too much beef bourguignon.
I don't know how to throw up quietly. It's not an easy thing to manage.
Is vomiting
Hold on, let me
accented?
find
I never
the
thought
beef.
about that.
No, I'd make a noise.
Is vomiting
I try so
accented?
hard to be
At the end of
silent.
it, yeah, at the very end of it, you can hear a little Australian. He's like, "Whoa,
It's the chunda. That's why it has a special name.
beef bourguignon."
Damn,
Shout
what
at
would,
the
what would
toilet.
an
Have you
Asian
heard that?
vomit be like?
Beef bourguignon.
It's got to be slightly accented.
Yes.
Oh, you found
I think at the end of a black vomit, you go, God damn. God damn.
that's great. I'm not going to make fun of you. I'll take you on the podcast and let everybody know about it.
I'm not going to make fun of you. He's walking shirtless back to the bathroom.
That's a Bourguignon shuffle.
It's the Bourguignon shuffle. Like, leave me alone. Stop. You don't have to lock it.
You don't have to lock it.
It's pretty loud.
I'm sorry.
No. Get the Bourguignon. It's very funny.
You got shy.
I'll leave you alone. All right, I'm done.
Isn't it? But wouldn't that be a good?
I do,
like at the
absolutely.
end of a sitcom, the
Yeah.
credits come up and then it goes, "Ah, Bourguignon."
Bourguignon.
Absolutely.
I think
That
that's
was the Bourguignon coming up.
It was great. It was
We
not
went
the
to a
Bourguignon's
French
fault.
restaurant.
Yeah, it's one of my favorite meals. I had the Beaujolais with the Bourguignon.
What
and
were you drinking?
I was drinking a beautiful wine.
Yeah, we have some
I
nice
cannot
wine.
pace myself with wine. It's very.
I'm telling you, wine used to be like fucking badass drink. Like that was like fentanyl back in the 20s.
Undiluted wine?
Wine was for real, like sailors and badasses. It was considered like if you
Yeah.
did in like 1910 or like even like the late 1800s, if you drank wine, you were like an absolute fucking
I
monster.
think it went for, like winos.
Yeah, they
Like,
called it.
when
Like,
you read like Bukowski, he's like, I'm fucking in Skid Row with all the winos.
Exactly.
You guys are just drinking wine?
dude, Franzia hit the block in like 1890, and dudes are like completely.
Franzi have made it to me. You fucking get a box of that shit. Yeah.
Do you know about the cocaine wine that the Pope was on?
What?
They would, back when like Coca-Cola and people were mixing cocaine with
yeah.
their products, there was a special cocaine wine. And the Vatican ordered like thousands of bottles of this wine, and the Pope was
Fuck
just
yeah.
loving it.
Must
Have you seen the Pope right now?
He's not doing well.
He looked like shit.
Yes. We might have a
seen that guy
conclave at
lately?
some
Pope
point.
John Paul?
No,
Frankie.
Francis. He
Oh,
looked.
Pope Francis.
Yeah.
He had like bronchitis. They said so he couldn't even talk. He was just up there like
He's been unwell for a while. He's not stepping down.
his
He's
head, his
What?
fucking neck fat is. I mean, I'm not one to judge on that category, but god damn,
Yeah, he'd be.
You see
he'd
where
be
it
getting the
goes.
Biden
He had a.
treatment, yeah.
He's like
his neck fat is like
the dude from Mad Max. He's just like.
it's truly impressive.
Let me see this.
I think
guy.
he only had one lung to begin with.
He has double pneumonia. Like
He's
in both.
double
Yeah.
both lungs.
We must pray for the Pope.
I'm not making fun of him, but they did him dirty with this.
Damn, I didn't realize the Pope was that fucked up.
He's
Wasn't
not-
he like
Washington Post was doing him dirty on this.
dude?
I mean,
They
look,
love this sleepy.
Yeah, they don't got to do that to him.
Yeah, that's
We
your
need a
grandpa
new-
at the end.
I mean, again, I'm not going to rush this Pope, but we do need a new Pope.
It's time.
I'm ready
God
for
damn.
cool young American Pope.
When
the
did
young
we-
Pope activated me when
That's
I
what
watched
I'm
it. It's
saying.
like, that's
Yeah.
what the church needs.
When did we elect Francis? Wasn't it?
They don't.
Oh, like ages ago. It was like 10 years ago.
He was the first guy to
10,
come
but look
out.
at
He
him
was
10 years
like,
ago.
It's a hard job.
He was looking all right.
he was decent.
This is
He had a bit of a twinkle in his eye. Double pneumonia, cocaine, wine.
beef bourguignon. You got the bourguignon going.
That would be a cool life, and like the absolute utter, like the top hierarchy of the church would be probably sick as hell.
Have you seen the new Conclave movie?
No, is it any good?
It's not as good as the young Pope. That's all I could
Yeah.
think. But it is. It's great until the last 10 minutes when you find out, spoiler, that the guy they've just elected is intersex Pope with a womb. And then and it's like, it's written by a Church of England guy, so they're all just like very sensitive. Like, wouldn't that be interesting? What is a man? And you go, this was a great drama about one of the candidates had a secret family. he was black and homophobic, and people are like, you only like him because he's black, and they're all having it. It's great. There's like arguments and what's the future of the church, and then just at the end, there's a terrorist attack, and people go, let's get the trans woman or the intersex person. It's a problematic, but Ray Fiennes is great, and Stanley Tucci. Everything Stanley
Wait,
Tucci's
so they have like
in
a
is wonderful.
serious like religious
He's
drama
like-
that ends with a trans pope?
Yeah, intersex
Fuck.
pope.
I wish I.
You mean like a natural one, like a natural?
Yeah,
trans?
like it's a little Mexican guy who's like, I found out that I had a uterus, and I
They're
decided to
killing
keep
the Mexicans with this trans shit.
what?
They got this and fucking.
Have they got another big trans
There's
person?
a big Mexican trans movie.
Really?
Amelia. It's like the getting all the Oscars. Amelia Perez. I watched it.
How was it?
It's fucking terrible. It's one of the worst pieces of shit I've ever seen.
It's about a Mexican trans.
It's about a cartel leader that transitions.
Nice.
They quit the cartel, and the way they're hiding is transitioning.
Okay.
Oh.
But instantly, the character becomes like a sympathetic character.
Oh, I thought you.
It's like, yeah, they were just beheading everyone. It's like, oh, they trans. You're like, oh, I love them.
So they want.
And it's a fucking musical with not really good singing.
It
It's
sounds
crazy.
great. As a description, if someone said this is my
I know, that's
Cartel
why I
trans
watched it.
musical, that
Yeah.
sounds.
Yeah, that's
But
why
if
I
it's
watched
played
it.
It's a
straight.
cool idea. It's a cool premise.
Yeah.
Cartel boss becomes queen of the
yeah.
South, basically.
Yeah.
Becomes a trans.
And then comes back. They think the family thing. Then he Mrs. Doubtfire's the family.
Nice.
It truly does. He comes back to his family and he's like, it's me.
What?
Yeah.
Damn.
Which it was clearly him.
Are you sure you weren't watching Keeping Up with the Kardashians?
No. We had that conversation. For real. While we were watching it, it was like, damn, this is what it must have been like. Where like a little girl is holding, or he's holding a little girl as a woman now. And the little girl's like, I just miss my dad so much. I miss the way he smelled. I loved him. And the Mrs. Doubtfire's like,
Oh.
Did you ever see the Kardashians episodes where Bruce is obviously starting to transition into Caitlyn?
no.
But they're hiding it from the audience. There's like 2 seasons where it's just the hair gets longer, gets smoother. He moves out of the house. They go, the marriage is fine. I'm just living in a different house across town. But then it's still, he
I
just
never
like
saw that
long
part.
weird hair, just demolishes everybody in table tennis. Is working through some feelings, just beating all the other Kardashians in table tennis. It's a great weird arc where everyone's going, this is normal. Nothing's wrong. Nothing strange has happened.
I mean, that was. I've like forever tipped my hat to the Bruce Caitlyn. It's a wild move
Yeah.
just to be like, peace. Because then that forces your wife to divorce you.
Yes.
And you can be like, no, I didn't want this.
Many a
And
time in
lawyers
a bad
involved.
relationship I thought about. Because you never want to break up with someone. You want them to break up with you. That's how I always felt
Yeah.
in a bad relationship. It's like, what if
Yeah.
I could become gay? What if
And-
I genuinely was trans? Then you'd have to leave.
And just to sweeten the deal, you get to be a lesbian.
It is sick.
Bruce is a lesbian, or excuse me,
Yeah.
Caitlyn is a lesbian.
Caitlyn with a
Good for
C
you.
was the nastiest one.
Good for you.
Caitlyn is a lesbian, which is like to break up, to get divorced and become a lesbian might be dunking on a lady as hard as you possibly can.
Yeah.
Be like, I'm a fucking girl.
And still fucking.
Yeah.
Did Bruce go the whole. Pardon me.
Excuse me.
Excuse me. Bless you. Thank you.
Did the Jenner
You did,
person
you bless you.
remove the sex organ?
Yeah.
No, I don't
know.
think so.
If they did
So,
not, you're exactly right. This is the ultimate.
Yeah.
It's the best move possible.
You have tits.
Just get some fucking jugs.
Hold up.
Sex change or
Oh.
no?
In 2017, Caitlyn Jenner underwent a bottom surgery.
What?
In what year?
2017.
Okay.
So that thing been gone for a
Oh,
while.
that thing's been gone.
Mhm.
Well, hey man, you can fully les out now.
But you can't. Certainly, you definitely can't come. There's no way if they build you a vagina, you can't.
Dude,
Where would the orgasm come
You
from?
don't. Hey,
Caitlyn
What?
can do
you're
it.
making me sick right now.
Why?
Why are you
Prostrate.
talking about other people's genitals? They didn't push it on you.
I don't know
And
if
make
you've
you
been to a
talk
public
about it?
library. That's all it is,
Yeah,
back
no,
to
I
back.
was- I was
You probably
joking.
still get that prostate going. And it's
Yeah.
just probably like a nuclear explosion when you cut off the fucking D's
Yeah.
and B's.
You probably puke it out. Where's it go? You go, oh, beef bourguignon.
There's nothing further from coming than
much
that
cum.
particular vomit.
That's a great question. I know. Yeah, I don't know.
Can they still hit the prostate on Right?
I think they somehow
On
attach
a
your old
M
penis
to
head
F?
to your belly button so that it's kind of like a remote control. You can
Mine might fit. Mine might not break the surface. I got a deep belly button and a tiny dong.
be perfect.
That thing
You'd be
I
unsearched.
might be able to hide it.
You'd be unsearched.
But this will be my little secret. I have a little door in my shirt.
just a little joystick.
What are you doing? a little door. I go, ooh, the Indian in the cupboard.
Yeah, that's like an
It's a
age-old
great
mystery.
movie. I don't know why that disappeared. I don't know why
Indian in the
people aren't
Cupboard?
celebrating Indian in the Cupboard. They never pushed. There's no like Indian in the Cupboard
Oh,
merch.
I guess maybe they're, because Indians.
It was
now.
that one and
Yeah.
the bird that could talk in the basement. I think it was called Paulie. Remember there was a little parrot in the basement who lived a
I
beautiful
don't
life.
remember that
and
one.
told
I remember
somebody?
the wee Indian in the cupboard.
Yeah.
I remember that was a pro-Indian movie. I think, wasn't it?
I don't remember.
He wasn't just a toy. He was a
Yeah, but
man.
I
who
don't
had his
think
land
that.
taken
Yeah,
away.
for sure. But you're probably kind of like pissed that if you're Native American, you're like, we're in a fucking cupboard now. What the fuck?
Yeah.
If you don't want to be a sports team, a kick-ass sports
You
team,
definitely
you
don't
don't
wanna
want
be a
to be
white
a
kid's
tiny.
toy.
Yeah, you don't want to be a tiny white child's toy in a cupboard.
But he learns peace with the cowboy.
Right.
I think that was the point of the movie.
Yeah, I don't even remember.
They probably
It was
wanted
a special
revenge.
cupboard that
Just
brought all
remember
the
the
toys
book.
to life. But then the cowboy toys were like, we're getting him. We're getting that Indian.
That'd be a cool movie if they did that movie like when Hitler won, like quote unquote, if the Native Americans won. That'd be cool.
That would be sick.
If we lost and just all became Native Americans.
That
All
would be
everyone just last samurai.
good idea. All
technically would
the
be-
Europeans that came here just kept losing
Yeah.
for 400 years.
Yeah.
Everyone's
guns
just like,
stopped
I'm
working.
going. I'm going to fucking get it this time.
I think the Ethiopians were the only ones.
Yeah, nope. You're one of us, brother. Yeah.
The
That happened a
Ethiopians
lot,
did it.
yeah. The Ethiopians
They
survived.
kept trying to take the Ethiopians.
Yeah.
They held on.
Did they really?
And the Siamese managed to hold on. The Thai people. I think they're the only ones who got their own monarchy. And the Japanese. That's it.
Yeah. Ethiopia
They all had great
withstood
music in the
Ethiopia
70s.
held it down.
held down the battle.
Even
Yeah.
when the WAPs came and knocking recently.
Really?
Yeah, Mussolini tried to
Historically, yeah.
get in there.
Although they
Mussolini.
do have Ethiopians do have a very distinct. I guess because they're on are they on like towards the tip of Africa?
There was a guy in Chicago. No, this is all right. This is weird, but they don't. There's like a ruling class of Ethiopia, and they don't think it's biological. They can't find like a gene that does it. But if you join the ruling class of Ethiopia, and they're all from all over the place, they all just start looking the same for some reason. No one can figure it out.
What?
It's very strange, but you can pick Ethiopian. Like I can see.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah,
Ethiopian and Somalian are very distinct.
yeah,
yeah,
Kenyan. I'm getting better at Kenyan. The
Nice.
tribes within Kenya, I got nothing.
yeah,
I cannot.
You'll figure it out.
Maasai.
yeah. I used to deliver beer to a couple Ethiopian restaurants back in the day, and I remember being like, yeah, once you like get in, you're like, oh, I could spot these dudes
Yeah.
from anywhere.
Yeah.
7-Eleven by our old house.
Yeah, yep. Ethiopian fellers.
Great Ethiopians.
I went on a date with the owner of that 7-Eleven. Brief one date.
What?
Yeah, the owner's daughter.
I was going to say, I met the owner, dude. That was a guy. That was an Ethiopian guy.
The owner's daughter. I went on a date with the owner's daughter, and I was like kind of starstruck. She's like, my dad owns a 7-Eleven in Lancaster. And I was like,
You're like, bro, I've been in that
Whoa.
I walked to that
I've been
7-Eleven. I
so
love
high in that
7-Eleven.
store
Yeah.
so many times. It was cool.
You'd
We
be
just like,
damn, have you ever met the black guy that opens the door? He's the man.
yeah, it was really. I remember being like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Holy shit.
That's
Yeah,
very
there was a 7-Eleven near Drexel University that was just. I think it was honestly like the highest grossing 7-Eleven.
It had to be.
It was nonstop.
Is there anything
dude.
special about the 7-Eleven or just the placement?
Just location.
Was,
Yeah, it was just right on a
And the
college
Ethiopians
campus.
were great.
They were good.
Ethiopians are also beautiful ladies.
Yes,
Yeah.
very much so. But yeah, there was the line.
We all agree.
Some of the dudes there had a bit of attitude. Like
That
some
works?
of the cashiers, yeah, some of the youngsters had a bit of an attitude, but they were getting
The clientele seemed to have the biggest attitude.
they were getting assaulted.
I
yeah,
ran into the clientele a lot.
yeah, true. Yeah, I will say
It's just
American.
drunk college kids and the locals.
Yeah, I've witnessed and
The locals and the drunk college kids.
It's
Everyone was disrespecting the
a lot of Mr.
Ethiopians.
Disrespectfuls.
A lot of Mr. Disrespectfuls.
Yeah, it was very much. I remember witnessing my first ever like Black American versus like Middle Eastern, which I believe Ethiopian could be almost mistaken for Middle Eastern.
Yeah.
And it was
It was a battle. I witnessed it,
unforgiving.
yeah.
Unforgiving. Of just trying to get a salmon cream cheese bagel and just being like, put it on there, Obama. Spread it
Yeah, yeah.
out. It's like
Mine
God.
was a lottery ticket dispute.
Oh.
And I was they almost like looked at me as like a mediator. Both sides kept going, To me, like I was next in
someone
line,
have
and they
a
kept going like, "You believe
Successful
this shit?"
lottery ticket?
Yeah.
Or what was? How do you have a lottery ticket dispute?
It was just taking. I think there was a language barrier a little.
He wanted to buy. It was about. It wasn't
I think
even
it was-
redeeming a prize. It was
Yeah.
getting the opportunity.
Yeah, I think it was redeeming tickets. I think the guy was maybe going too slow for the customers.
He wanted his money to get more scratches.
He wants his money, and he wants it now.
Do you call them scratchies?
Yeah, scratch offs.
Yeah, scratch offs.
Yeah,
But
I'll
yeah, I
be back
remember.
on that.
Huh?
I lost my card, so now I have to pay with my phone. Like I have to pay ahead
Oh,
of
yeah.
time because I can't insert the card. I'm waiting, but then when I overpay and there's a little gap in the amount of gas to what I've given them,
you get some scratchies.
give me the scratchies.
Don't they read?
How's it
Oh,
going?
because
You-
you got to prepay.
You scratch
I got to
off,
prepay
man?
now. That's all I want to spend my excess money on is little scratch. I try not to. I'm not overdoing. I'm not going. Give me $400 worth of gasoline.
There are the
Ooh.
$100 scratch offs. I've seen people do those, and
That's
it's like
bizarre.
crazy.
When I was door-to-door sales, I would do that to get through the day. I would walk around with the. That's how I knew. I didn't realize I was depressed selling cable television door-to-door until a couple
Good
of weeks later. I was
scratch-offs.
like, I didn't used to spend $50 on scratch-off cards every day. That's new.
Yeah, that's those. I always forget. They're like, I mean, a lot of people play them. They're big, man. My old boss used to rip like several $100 scratch offs daily. It was just like, bro, put them down.
Jeez, your
man.
fingers start getting discolored from the little people. You can tell that there's a problem. There's a lot of lint following you around. The little tiny bits of plastic.
I kind of that sounds nice.
A little scratchy.
Yeah,
Yeah, they're
It's a
exciting.
great birthday present for a child. It's the one bit
It
of
is.
gambling that you can get a child in on.
Yeah, true. And then be like, let me see what you get there. Let me see that.
that would be nice to get a kid a gambling gift.
Oh, we-
Be like,
do you not do that here?
Give him a card. Yeah, we give scratch offs,
Yeah, yeah.
but I'm saying like
Yeah.
I placed a futures bet on the Anaheim Angels for you.
For you.
$150. This thing's gonna pay out fucking crazy if they win. It's a nice
Got you the
gift.
over.
That'd be, putting
Yeah.
on like parlays for your.
Yeah, I put together a nice parlay for you.
Yeah, we'll see. Let's
It
watch.
might hit next year. We'll see.
That's kind of cool.
$50 on it.
Not bad.
Yeah.
And if it doesn't hit, you owe me.
If it doesn't hit,
Say
I'm coming
20.
back. And
Do you know the
owe me
Eurovision-
60. You owe me. There's gonna be. There's a big.
Do you know what the
there's a little-
Eurovision Song Contest is?
Yeah.
This is what I always think about gambling on it, but this is the year that I finally take it seriously. Because I think I can pick which song is going to win. They let you know what all the songs are beforehand. Every country in Europe has their own song, and then they compete and they vote. But I think I could pick the winning song. And
How
really
would
dumb
you
money
pick?
for that. I would listen to them and feel it in my heart what was the correct song.
What show is this?
Eurovision Song Contest.
Oh.
We should be doing that in America. We should go state by state.
They tried it once.
True.
They tried it
Yeah, we
once.
should
It
be
was
doing
an
it.
enormous failure. I don't know why.
We gotta bring it back.
We have.
We should do state by state everything. We should do a state
have-
fighting contest.
That would be cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like America Olympics, basically.
Yeah.
I like America.
Yeah. Why do we
Olympics.
stop at high school? Oh, yeah. I guess we have like the NFL.
Oh, Trump was just talking about this.
Really?
Yeah, this was one of Trump's first day plans.
The America Olympics?
Yeah, like the great. Yeah, he's like, we're gonna have football. He's like every state. Yeah, remember he was talking about like having an American fair.
What, like state
Yes,
of
he wants
origin?
to have
Bringing
he'll
that
fire
back,
up a
and he was
World
like,
Fair.
in that we're gonna have the American games
What, it's like everyone has a football team with the like
from their state.
That's great. We
Be
do
awesome.
that in
So it'd be
Australia. with
Steelers
the state of
and
origin, but
Eagles.
there's only two.
No, high school.
Oh.
It'd be like all-star teams from each state. It'd be the sickest thing ever, dude.
Yeah. What the fuck?
Just Wyoming is going to get crashed by
Rhode Island's
California.
in trouble.
Yeah.
Oh my
California and
God.
Texas versus Rhode Island and Connecticut. They're gonna get the Ocon man out there.
That's his World Fair. Dude, a World Fair now would be nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why haven't we had one?
Because
Because the French
mudslides-
showed you up one time.
the mud floods, the mudslides.
Wait, what was the mudslides?
Don't even. You don't
Did you
even
have a lot
want
of
to
deaths at a
know.
World's Fair?
No.
You don't want to know about the mud floods and the history
Talk
of
about
Tartaria.
Tartaria. Yeah.
No, we don't want to talk about Tartaria.
What's Tartaria?
Oh,
got
wait,
to
is
do with
this?
the
Oh,
World
this is
Fair?
the secret society.
We don't want to talk about
No, we don't
Tartaria
want
and
to
the
talk
hidden.
about it.
Can
Why
I-
are they
I wanna-
covering up all these beautiful architectures with just bricks and shit? Come on, man.
I don't know.
They're trying to hide.
And
our
why are the
past.
windows in the ground?
Wait, what's Tartaria have to do with the fucking
You don't
World
wanna
Fair?
know. We don't want to know about
You
it.
You
get
don't
it.
want to
We don't
know.
gotta-
dude.
we don't gotta get
You
it.
don't
All right,
even
let
want
me.
to
I
know.
want to ask. I want to ask something.
No, I don't. I don't know.
Did you ever read Wimble Dog, the script I gave you?
Oh yeah. No, I did not.
You did not. Okay.
Did not.
Because I don't think I've ever spoken to Matt about it, and I've not spoken about it publicly. But
You lost me on the pitch.
I did
When
lose
you-
you on the pitch when I said the
Pitch
coach was
tough.
fat.
He was like, the coach is just a big, fat, ugly fucker.
I didn't
and
say
he's like,
that.
and I want you to play him. And I was like, oh, all right, you piece
He's
of shit. I'm not
heavy
reading
set
that.
for a tennis player. But I wanted to do. It's a story about older coach who can't play anymore, and if they find
You
this
sure
dog,
you want to put the script out? Because this is big.
Hmm?
All right, go
You
ahead.
think I shouldn't describe it?
Let's
It's about, I'm just saying it's about a dog who plays tennis. We're now making it a
Now
graphic
keep
novel.
going because I like what happens in Japan.
All right. There's a little girl who has a dog, and he's a golden retriever, and he's very good at tennis.
It's Air Bud, but
Yeah, but this old coach is like, I want to win a golden slam. I want to take this dog to all the great grand slams and win. And that's the only thing worth doing in tennis. But the first one they have to go to is Japan. And
Wimble Dog runs into a PR disaster.
yeah, I want him to not shake a guy's hand. And everyone is very, but they're like, great dishonor to not shake a man's hand. And they start throwing swords because they want the dog to commit suicide. And then the dog goes up to the opponent's bag and opens it. And child pornography and marijuana come out of the bag. And people go, he was a bad guy. Wimble Dog was right not to shake his hand. But then they're only upset about the marijuana. They're like, the child pornography was good. That was some of the best child pornography we've ever seen. We love that in Japan. But marijuana, we don't tolerate at all. But I think this is a good family movie. I'll send it to you again. I'm making it a graphic novel. And I asked very briefly and you said yes. And I didn't get a commitment publicly. But I'm using we've started the
You can use
artwork
my
for Wimble
likeness.
Dog. I've used your likeness in a graphic novel
Fucker.
about,
Well, hold on a second. I didn't know it was about child. I didn't know the
No,
child porn
it-
happened.
You shut it down.
you shut it down.
Okay, good.
You're not doing the child pornography.
All right.
Yeah,
It's also not you. It's a character that looks exactly like you in a graphic novel that a beautiful man in Tulsa is drawing at the moment. But I think you should, if you ever get time.
Well, what
it doesn't
happens
have to be
to
that
with Wimble Dog?
I don't want to spoil the story about how he has to fight a robot dog at the end of the American Open. There's also a role for Matt as the evil villain in charge of the tennis federation who's offended that there's a
now
dog
you
competition.
got
I can see
my-
it.
now
I
you
can see
got
me
my
getting a
attention.
little power hungry.
Yeah.
But I think Wimble Dog, stand-up comedy, that was my Love Me Do. This is my Sergeant Pepper's, Wimble Dog.
Yeah.
I'm moving into the future. I believe in it.
So that's all.
It doesn't have to be
Matt's
that fat.
dabbling in graphic arts as well with the
I have.
I've seen the cartoons. I was
Garfield,
inspired.
the
Oh yeah, true.
prostitute.
Secret prostitute Garfield Patreon project.
No, I don't know about this now. Secret prostitute.
Yeah.
Yeah, Miss Lasagna, bro. Someone, a secret artist, sent me a comic strip. It's actually really well done.
And you're funny. You're the Medici family.
Medici, I'm the Medici family. I was like,
You're filling his coffers. You're saying, I need more art.
he goes, I don't know what to do with this. I'm like, bro, please let me put this on the Patreon. Everyone hates it. I can't stop putting it up there. It's about Garfield becoming a trans street walking prostitute, and then just John trying to get Garfield off the streets. And out
I
of
would have made
life.
him a John. That
Huh?
would have been so easy.
The what?
John would be trying to buy.
No, John's
Garfield.
appalled. Just sweet little kitty.
Yeah.
And then John falls into the underworld in effort to save Garfield.
What's the dog doing? What's the dog
Odie's
called?
part
Odie.
of the Yakuza.
Damn, you guys you're overlapping a little.
Oh, America's ready for a beautiful story about a dog that does something.
Dude, for real, dog
redemptive.
sports
been a long
was
time.
like a big genre.
Dog
And then it
sports
went
was
away.
huge, yeah.
Hollywood complains that no one's going to see movies, and then they're making weird trans Mexican cartel musicals. Make a movie about a dog that wins at sport, and people will flock back to the cinema.
People were Air Bud had what they have 3 Air Buds.
It was
made
football,
more
soccer,
direct.
Probably a couple basketball ones.
Yeah.
Airbud went to space.
I didn't know that.
Space Bud. I knew he went to space. Movie
You
Valhalla,
have to,
dude.
yeah.
Damn. Beethoven was a great dog who saved the family. Lassie was a great dog.
Homeward Bound is a great dog movie.
Yeah.
I mean, I watched that a bunch of times with my
Chance,
kids recently.
Shadow.
Yep. Chances, yeah.
Hold on. What's the?
The cat's name?
Yeah.
Chance, Shadow,
There's 14 Airbud movies.
Missy?
14.
Missy.
Missy?
Holy
Prissy?
fuck!
Missy?
It's Missy.
Is it?
I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, I loved the fuck out of that movie. It got
Homeward
me every
Bound.
time. It got me every time.
I
And
know.
Shadow fell. I didn't see it
Oh,
coming
when the
every
dog
single
goes.
time.
Did you ever see My
"Ah."
Dog Skip? It's Frankie Muniz. He's got a beautiful dog, and when
I
it
didn't
seems like
see it.
the dog dies, it's
Really?
dog dying in a movie is the only time I really cry.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's a good move though.
All the animals in Homeward Bound died. Like they killed a bunch of animals making that movie.
Are you
What?
sure you're not thinking of Milo and Otis?
Oh yeah, might
Milo
be.
and Otis, they were
Yeah, because
just
they survive in the end.
that was the
see Milo and
Korean or
Otis.
Japanese. Milo and Otis used to be my go-to.
They
when I was-
killed a bunch of dogs
well,
to
it was
make
pugs.
Milo and Otis.
It was a puppy pug and a kitten.
You'd have to.
They were taught, and at one point they fight a bear, and apparently they were just tossing those things.
There was no need to do that for
Really?
real.
Yeah, they filmed it for real, and they finally got it because I think
No.
the bear finally got full from pugs.
That can't be
And then
true.
they kept throwing
Is that
them in.
true?
Yeah.
Oh,
Well, they definitely in Homeward Bound threw a cat into a river.
They also do that in
Do they really?
Milo and Otis, and they lost a couple cats in the river.
used to be able to kill animals in movies. Now they've always got a thing saying no animals were harmed. I was watching an old Russian movie and a horse really falls down the stairs.
What?
That was a hard watch. And then I watched Apocalypse Now.
Apocalypse Now is
And they
nuts.
just have a
They
cow at
fucking
the end.
They cut a
Big
cow.
knives.
Yeah.
And they just like hack and like
I mean, if they
wasn't
ate
even
it
meant to be in it.
afterwards, that's
Yeah,
kind of
it was.
It
was to eat.
He filmed like a real actual ritual.
Yeah.
Like,
Like
his, Francis Ford Coppola's wife was like, I just
I mean,
saw
that's
some
intense.
villagers hacking a cow apart. Do you want to put that in the movie? And he went, all right.
Obviously.
It needs something in the third act
Yeah,
to really
this
give
was directed. Milo and Otis directed by Masanori Hata
Oh no,
and Kan Ichikawa.
I didn't know it was that Japanese movie.
It is.
I didn't know that either.
I've heard what's his name? Lewis talked about this. It was very funny. Yeah, Luis Gomez was
Did he?
the first person I heard break this story. Yeah, they were tossing some dogs and
They'd have to get a new replacement pug every time. Pugs luckily look pretty similar.
Have you seen their skulls?
yeah,
I can't stop thinking about
What's
it.
up with their
it's
skulls?
just, yeah,
It's
just
a circle.
deformed, Yeah,
Oh really?
Yeah. It's the ugliest, weirdest. We did that to them.
I know.
Well, Chinese emperors did that to them to have just a fun little thing.
That
around,
must have
but
been so tight when you finally like turn a wolf into a tiny little thing.
You've done
yeah,
it.
guy.
Whoa!
Yeah.
What the
Yeah,
fuck?
yeah.
And when they sneeze, their eyes fall out sometimes.
Really?
Pugs are great.
That was
though.
another movie idea. I wanted someone, all right, like greyhound racing. Does it have to be a greyhound? Maybe there's a guy who thinks his pug has it in him, you know? But then at the end, the dog sneezes and its eyes fall out. So that could be a fun.
Then a Japanese businessman throws it at a bear.
Having a movie, a heartwarming story about a pug that ends in its eyes falling out from sneezing would be pretty great. And then be like, we're just raising awareness to pug deformity. But then, like, what do you do? Just like, wipe out the pugs?
Let's breed it with a slightly longer faced animal.
Yeah, start breeding. Yeah,
Start breeding a nose back into the pug. The
Yeah.
Pug Nose Restoration Project. Society, and you're just making pugs have
Tommy-
sex with Great
That'd be
Danes
nice.
over
Tommy
and over
Pope
again.
had a pug, and it makes me laugh.
That is
He
funny.
had a long. It was huge. He showed me a picture of it. It was like a fucking 10-foot long pug. It was laying flat on the porch with its arms and legs out.
What the fuck?
I was like, this is the biggest pug I've ever seen. He was like, oh, that's Bufferini Marie. His pug's name was Bufferini Marie.
Was it a wiener dog mixed with a pug?
No, it was just straight pug. It was just a big one.
What?
And I just love that it had a WAP name, Bufferini Marie. Think of it, Tommy Pope with a pug.
Bufferini Marie.
Come here,
is-
Bufferini.
Bufferini Marie is so fun. I never really thought about being a dog in an Italian household.
You're probably getting hit.
No,
It's probably crazy.
probably
I think
get
about
hit.
it every day. I wake up and I think if I was a dog at an Italian household with all the pasta that they, you know, the problem with that pug, the nonno was there. Going, You're
Yeah.
so skinny. Let's give her the dog.
It's got to be like dramatic. It's got to be like the Roman Empire. You're just at the top. You're being treated like a fucking absolute god.
Yeah, true.
Next thing you know, they're rising up against you. You're just
Lobster
getting
angry.
sweat. You're eating just delicious cuisine sitting on like a nice silk pillow.
It's better than Irish dog.
Irish
You
dogs
had
are the
some
worst,
you had
bro.
some guys hitting dogs.
Dude, our dogs got beat. I thought you could hit dogs until like maybe 6 years ago.
We've discussed it. I've witnessed Phil punched. He fucking punched dogs. He punched him in the head. The dog was being bad. He hit Riggins. He popped Riggins. That was recently.
Did you get his shoulder into it, or is it just a little?
Like a jab to the top of the dog's head. You know what
That's
the
frowned on.
fuck was that?
That is frowned upon.
Dude, it was so normal, man. I saw dogs getting beat. Like there was one house.
Popped it in the fucking
I would
head.
go to one house where if the dog was seen in the kitchen, it would be viciously kicked as hard as possible every day. It was just a daily occurrence.
What
Dog
kind
would
of
be in the
dog?
kitchen. It was like this orange shitty mutt. It was like a fat. It would look like a lab mixed with like a dingo. It was just a shitty standard yellow 55-pound fat mutt. And if it was spied in the kitchen, it would try to like go under the little countertop
He's
and just
trying
be
to
pop, 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 pop.
Good for him though. Just keep going back.
Right, true.
He's like, oh, you guys can't hurt me.
Right home from work and just being like, I don't get up hard as possible.
To not learn the lesson is a beautiful thing.
Yeah,
That shows that they're not being too abusive because the dog's still got hope.
yeah.
I think this dog was just dumb. I think it would just be like, It just was like,
beating
I
a
think it would
retarded
just get
dog
cold and be like,
every
I'm gonna go lay in the sun, and would just like lay in the sun for 4
Just get
hours,
its ass
and then
beat.
wake up to just a giant man and be like, God damn it. Yeah, if it was spotted in the kitchen, it could. It was supposed to stay in the mudroom, which is a cold tile floor. And when I was little, we had an outside dog. We had a dog that like did not really come inside that much ever, and it would just if it was off the leash, it would hop the fence and bite people.
I mean,
It was so bad.
The craziest one is when you see a house where they have the big cages out front, the dog in the cage.
I had an outside cage dog as an adult for a while.
That's a
I
scary
brought
house.
it in. It was only when we were working. It would sit in like a cage in the backyard and just howl.
Some people have the
Phil
full
installed
time.
a giant chain link fence in our basement. And we put Shaq in there and he would fucking break out. He would rip through the fence.
He'll chew out.
Yeah.
Yep.
It was
Yeah,
great.
there was when I had the Akita, and then there was like its brother, my ex-wife's like mom and stepdad got it. And then when we separated houses to like when they're like mom and stepdad lived with us for a while, but for a little bit. We lived with them, I guess it was at mom's house. But they took their dog and they built like a dog jail in their basement, and it totally like
You just rip it out, yeah.
destroyed it,
You
dude.
turn the lights out and leave it down there.
Yeah, they freak.
It's going to go nuts.
Well, they won't do it. They're like, there's dogs that are like, I'll die. Dude, Andrew's dog, Zeus, R.I.P. Zeus. But dude, it would literally, it jumped out of the second story one time. Like, just because he didn't have windows in his house.
When he said it would stand on the it
Dude.
would like stand on the roof.
Yes. So he was a 3-story house. Spud didn't have windows in his house for a long time. So he had a window. He was living in a windowless house in West Philly, and his dog would get out on the 3rd floor, go up on. It was like a parapet. It was like a roof. Like it was like the window, and then there was like a strip of roof like this wide, and it would pace back and forth.
It was huge.
A big fucking. It was like
And it fell or it jumped out of
It's
this.
the second story. It jumped out of the second story, but it would just patrol. So it'd sit. It was in like, dude, it was in the fucking hood. And he had this giant, like, mastiff white pit bull that would stand on his 3rd floor like a gargoyle.
Yeah.
It was fucking nuts.
It was actually
And it would
good.
just wait for him
It's
every
good
day.
security though.
Dude, it for real was.
Yeah.
I mean, I would get like superstitious if I saw that.
Yeah.
Just walking by, and I've seen him. He would
It's
just
a fever
pace
dream.
and then just sit like this on the top on the 3rd
Yeah,
floor.
that's the devil. It's literally an omen. That is an actual demon.
I know.
That's nice.
This show is brought to you by Betterhelp. What are some of your relationship green flags? What do you like?
Tits.
What gets you going? Green flag. Tits are a good green flag. We often hear about red flags we should avoid, but what if we focus more on looking for the green flags in our
I
friends? and
focus
partners?
almost entirely on the green flags.
True.
The
Just
tits.
my wife waving me down, me like, I'm right here. The runway's right here.
Yep.
I say, yo, get
Yep.
that thing
I'll
ready for
ignore
me,
all the
girl.
red flags because of your giant fucking green flags.
If you're not sure what they look like, therapy can help you identify green flags. Actively
Don't need
practice.
no help there.
Actively practice them. in your-
Sorry, Betterhelp. You can kick rocks. I can see tits from a mile away.
Actively practice them in our relationships and embody that green flag energy.
Ooh.
You ready for this? Yourself.
My
You
tits.
are the green flag. You have been the green flag the whole.
So wait, Betterhelp's suggesting that I squeeze my own tits while I jack off?
Yeah,
All right.
that's exactly it. Whether you're dating, married, building a friendship, or squeezing your
Allegedly.
tits while jerking off, allegedly, or just working on yourself, it's time to form relationships that love you back, dude.
They're helping us.
I do gotta love myself
Well, they
back.
fucking better.
Okay. Give me the broader benefits of you personally of therapy. How about learning positive coping skills?
That'd be nice.
How to set boundaries? Or maybe just empowers you to be the best version of yourself. It isn't all about people who experience major trauma, etc. BetterHelp is fully online, making therapy affordable and convenient, serving over 5 million people worldwide. That's 10 million tits. Access a diverse network of more than 30,000 credentialed therapists with a wide range of specialties. Guys, easily switch therapists anytime.
30,000 credentialed
No.
therapists. 60,000 tits.
Guys, here's a call to action. Discover your relationship green flags with BetterHelp. Visit betterhelp.com/MSSP to get 10% off your first month. That's BetterHelp, HELP.com/MSSP. What are you waiting for, guys?
They keep coming back.
Dude, let's be real. 2025 has been all about change. Whether it's work, personal stuff, or just the daily grind, it can be hard to keep up. But here's the deal. When things get hectic, we don't have to go through it alone. Embrace the power of nature and elevate your everyday life with
Fuck that. Fuck this shit.
Embrace it with Viia. Trusted by over 500,000 happy customers, Viia is a Swiss Army knife of wellness dedicated to harnessing the natural benefits of hemp to create a high-quality wellness products. Dedicated to harnessing the natural benefits of hemp to create high-quality wellness products. Whether you're looking to improve your sleep, focus, recovery, add a little pep to your step, or just get high, Viia has something for you with products ranging from 0 to 100 milligrams of THC.
I'll tell you what, Matt. I was goofing off and making fun of Viia. They've won me over.
Yeah. You think
I'm right
that
back.
the honesty of maybe just wanting to get high.
Yeah, let's just get fucking high as shit.
Viia gives you the power to blaze your own trail. Dude, how you like that
now they're being
wordplay?
funny, and I'm back, Viia.
I mean, that was a real-time reaction. Viia is well renowned for their award-winning THC and THC-free gummies, THCA flower, soothing topicals, and calming drops, all crafted with the highest quality hemp sourced from trusted, independently owned American farms. And the best part? Viia legally ships to nearly all states in the U.S. in discreet packaging directly to your door with a worry-free guarantee. No medical card required. So if you're 21 plus, check out our link to Viia's website link in our description and use code MSSP for 15% off. And if you're new to Viia, get a free gift of your choice.
It's crazy, Matt. You went from
I smoked down on them.
you went from selling weed.
True.
Now you're big time, bro.
True, just fucking
You're top G. You made it.
Moving the keys on my cell phone, dude, like
Yep.
Rick Ross. I actually have smoked Viia's weed. I do like it.
Nice.
And I like how you can just get it right to your door because it's THCA hemp, dude. It's not weed.
Yeah.
If you're 21 plus, check out the link to Viia in our description. Use the code MSSP to receive 15% off. And if you're new to Viia, get a free gift of your choice. After you purchase, they ask you where you heard about them. Please support our show and tell them that we sent you. Again, check out the link to Viia in our description and use the code MSSP to receive 15% off. Enhance your everyday with Viia. And I will say, it is a good gift to bring if you're about to hang out with a lady. If you've been chatting her online for a while. I mean, 21 plus adults, obviously. Enhance your everyday with Viia. But yeah, RIP Zeus. He was the best. He would be in the basement. He would just like chew fucking pipes in the basement. He was so funny. And once he got older and the sun would go down, he would go. Remember I brought him to our old house in Philly? I watched him for Spud
Blue
one
was
time.
my favorite.
Blue was great.
Blue ripping the woodman's food right out of his hand was the craziest thing I've ever seen. We were just... I know we've talked about it a bunch of times on here, but whose dog was that? Was that
Tom's.
Tom?
Yeah,
Had
dog.
this-
RIP as well.
He
That dog
stole
just
a
died.
man's
dog
food
fucking
out of his
ruled.
That
hands.
dog was awesome.
He was so... Yeah, he literally just walked... Like, say we're sitting here.
Yeah.
Our friend Chris Wood was sitting down eating like a tortilla. He would get a bowl of meat and put it in a tortilla and just sit there and munch it.
Yeah.
A dog slowly walked up to him and just went... He took the entire fucking thing out of his hand and then just walked away. Like, it wasn't like it fucking grabbed it. It literally just slowly walked up to him. I've never seen anything like it. It reminds me of O'Connor. We were just in Seattle. O'Connor, when we were in Vancouver once, he got so fucked up, and the next day he's like hungover, and I forget what he got. He might have got like a donut. And the seagulls are fucking huge out there. But O'Connor was standing there and a bird just took it.
I had a chip. I had a fry once where that happened.
But just think of O'Connor being like,
Great.
Yeah.
is anyone going to do anything about these fucking birds?
I had the exact same thing happen to me. It really stayed with me as a terrible memory. Of a bird, I was holding a French fry, and a bird just took it as a seagull came and took it out of my hand.
Damn.
I remember I talked about it on stage that night, and I got nothing. But it was a lot to
It's the
me. It
funniest.
was very hard to explain.
Yeah, it's
Something
pretty intense.
serious and upsetting.
Dude,
How did you handle it? What did you do?
I was so. It was kind of beautiful, but I was scared.
It's
I was
Yeah.
upset.
Did the beak get anywhere even near your fingers, or was it like?
It was just gone. I just saw the bird, and then I didn't feel it touch my hand. It was just out. It was not a lot of. I don't leave a lot of time between.
Yeah, that was
Yeah.
quick.
I'm pretty close, bucket to mouth type of operator.
I'll never
man.
forget when my cousin hit a seagull in the chest with a wiffle ball bat. Dude, we were throwing food to get him. We were doing a creature storm, just having him storm the fucking front desk.
The creature storm is
so fun, dude. And we were just throwing up bread. And there was just so many seagulls getting closer and closer. My cousin just came out with a wiffle ball bat, and went thwomp right in the chest, and dude, it fucking dropped dead. It was all. We came out to investigate it. Huge, wings long as hell. Just a dead seagull in the front. Like a family walked by, and they're like, "Oh,
Yeah, it's sad. I saw a homeless guy punch a pigeon once. The pigeons were just
That's a
running around on the
classic
ground.
battle."
That is a
And I remember
battle they've been
he,
battling for
but
centuries.
he was up here. The pigeon wasn't doing anything to him, and he was just walking along calmly, and he bent all the way down and just fucking got a pigeon and kept walking.
I mean, we've all had that thought. That guy's just so.
I couldn't believe the pigeon didn't move or anything, but it sensed his.
Dude, those things are crazy. How there's the ducks around where we live, dude. You can grab them by the necks. They don't give a
I like
fuck.
this bird talk.
Yeah, it is.
We
nice.
had you know what's funny? The time we went to see Scorpion King,
Yeah.
me and my buddy had a creature storm at the beach.
Did you really?
Yeah, we did it with a bag of Doritos.
Dude, how sick is it?
It was great.
It's the fucking best.
Yeah, what are the
I
odds?
hadn't heard creature storm before.
Dude, you ever went to the beach and just threw like a loaf of bread and just let it get crazy with birds?
We would do, yeah. But when we would have like fish and chips on the beach, and they'd come around like, you're a kid and your dad goes, "Stop bringing them over
Okay,
here."
imagine your dad's not there and it's just you
you
and
just
your
go wild
boys
for
with
it?
as much bread as possible.
Yes.
Take
Yeah.
it from the beach house.
And you are ruining everyone's day. at the
Everyone,
beach.
yeah.
No,
I mean, as an adult, I'll try to wait till like 4:30, 5 p.m. when it's like not as crowded.
Yeah.
But dude,
Just
it's
really
still
show the
people,
boost
there's still
of
people
the
there,
creature
and they are very upset. But you can get for real like 500.
And then you
seagulls.
can run. You can hold
Yeah,
Yep.
that is.
a bag of chips and run, and the storm will follow you.
It's awesome.
They're at your. Now you control the storm.
You control.
Running
Yeah.
through a big pile of birds at the beach is one of my greatest happinesses.
What happened?
When there's like a big gathering of birds, and you
Yeah.
just run
Run.
straight at
Oh,
the
right
birds,
at 'em.
and they all
I
gotta
like
take
watching
off
the
and
little
fly
guys
away.
that run with the tide. That's fun.
Yeah,
I
true.
just like to observe those guys.
It's fun watching kids chase seagulls. That's like an easy way to get kids tired. Like, go get the seagulls, and they'll just like relentless, like a fucking dog, just chase seagulls.
And you get to watch them for long enough, you see who's the king seagull, and you see the one sad seagull with like half a foot, and his beak doesn't work, and he's trying to get none of his buddy seagulls are looking after him, helping him get it. They're just taking
Is
his
a
food
seagull?
away.
Do they have like a pecking order like chickens have?
Definitely.
Yeah, I would say the chicken pecking
Old
order is
disabled
brutal, dude.
seagull.
Yeah, it's crazy.
My brother and my cousin had chickens, and I didn't realize like if there's another rooster, the rooster will literally take your like rooster crown off and be like, "You're a fucking hen. You're getting nan pussy around here. I'm getting all the pussy." They they basically
What's that called when they kill each other? Doesn't I swear to God, like there's something happens where the whole coop will just kill itself.
really.
Yeah.
But they'll just have a mass suicide in the coop.
Yeah, they just start killing each other. Guys,
What?
get on that. What
Yeah,
happens?
check that out. I'm actually curious about that. Have you ever heard of the old Irish myth of the two cats who fought until only their tails were left?
No.
No,
It's a sick myth. I just came across that.
that's good.
It's old kill.
What is the message there?
This is mutual destruction. They
Yeah.
fought and fought and fought until only their tails were left. Like, what's the point of the fight after that?
They've paid no attention to that.
Yeah.
That has had no impact on the development of the Irish people.
Speaking of, O'Conman got me that painting there, and
This
that's
one?
a nice Irish Brigade at Antietam. Turns out the guy looks exactly like Tony Hinchcliffe, and
No, I was going
Kinda-
to say he looked like.
it kind of got ruined for
Who's
me.
the,
You
who's
guys
the,
were like, it looks like Tony. You got a painting of Tony? I was like, no, it's fucking cool.
who's the Defense Against the Dark Arts teacher in the second Harry Potter movie? No, the Gilderoy Lockhart. No, he looks like the Shakespearean actor. Do
Oh,
you know who I'm talking about?
Not Is it Littlefinger from Game of Thrones?
No, but he also looks like Littlefinger from Game of Thrones. He does not look especially Irish. He is Irish, though.
yeah.
Captain Clooney.
Yeah, I think he died right there.
Did he really?
Yeah, at Antietam. I could be
That
wrong.
would be kind of a sick way to go if you rally up a bunch of troops, then just get blown.
The Irish Brigade would go. They came to America to learn how to fight so they could bring it back
What?
to England. Yeah,
That's kind of
and
sick.
he was apparently a monster.
That's pretty
Read
tight.
about him. They're like he was the best soldier ever.
Really?
He was just fearless, and then got the best of him when he was like, "I'll stand right in front of everyone."
Yeah.
And he got shot like 20 times.
Oh, no.
He was a horse, so he was like, "I don't care. Come on, boys." Eh. You can see it there. He's got some wounds.
Wasn't
in
there
his
like
leg.
a
He
Yeah,
got
he's
shot
falling.
there.
He's literally falling down
Yeah,
while
he's
that
saying,
picture's being
"Fuck you,
taken.
pussies."
Wasn't there a story of like a
Fucking kill me.
Vietnam? Wasn't there like a war hero who had like a fantastic. They made a movie on it where he had this crazy charge where he killed like 60 people himself, and he went home for a while, and he finally went back to war, thinking like, I got this down, just died.
No, that was World
War II.
That was Barcelona.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
he's
crazy.
got a rest up.
Does he really?
Yeah, in Jersey.
That's
Do you
awesome.
know about Ned Kelly?
Yeah,
Ned Kelly's our great bush ranger hero where the cops were after him and he was like a sheep thief and he built a suit of armor out of iron.
it's hilarious.
It's like a cool hat that he built and the chest and he just like stood and shot at the cops and they were shooting at him. He was shot something like 100 times in the dick and legs. Yeah. He was,
The movie's
lower
pretty good.
half of
I watched
body
the
was
movie.
Mick Jagger?
yeah, no,
It's a
the
movie?
movie.
No, there's a movie with Mick Jagger as Ned Kelly as well.
I didn't
they
see
made a
that
bunch
one.
of we
They
make
made
it
a
over
new
and
one.
over again.
Yeah,
We love that story. And they go, "You'll never take me alive, copper." And then he said, "Such is life." He had cool quotes.
yeah.
Damn, where did he have the armor?
There's one with Russell Crowe.
He made it out of a trash can, I think, or something. I didn't know Russell Crowe was in it. Everyone's
Damn,
got
he
a
Oscar
Yeah.
the Grouch them.
He did. we have one of those. We have the Killdozer.
Killed
I had heard about the
It's
Killdozer.
the same thing.
Yeah.
He was like, "You guys are going to take my land," and then he went into a warehouse and spent 3 years building a.
Killing
Tank.
machine.
Did
He
anyone
built a
ever make
slow
a movie
tank.
about the Killdozer?
No, I've only
I
seen a
guess you can't
documentary.
glorify acts of domestic terrorism.
Yeah, I don't think the
That shit
Killdozer is in
rocked,
your
though. They
took his
passport
land.
as something to
They
celebrate.
They took a nerve.
That'd be a
We-
good sports team.
What?
Killdozers.
Yeah,
Give it 50 years and people will be
yeah.
ready to forgive and forget. It does take time.
They had to bring in like a sniper, like a 50 caliber sniper, to try to get some bullets in there. It's pretty great.
Did he kill
Damn.
people?
No, he was just driving through all his enemies' houses. It was fucking incredible.
That's not. If you get no fatalities and maximum,
I think he got no
damage-
fatalities.
That's crazy.
And
Yeah,
then
they
it was
shouldn't have
a
killed him.
bulldozer, so it was going slow as fuck, but no
Yeah.
one could stop it. So he like would go through someone's house and then be like, "All right, I'm headed down to the fucking town hall."
Like, no, no.
Everyone just had to be like, "That fucking asshole."
What's the? I think Oklahoma City bombing. They managed. They
That was a
injured a
bad
couple
one.
people.
No,
No, hold on. What am I thinking of? There was one where they.
they killed a bunch of kids.
Oh, that's bad.
There was a
Hold on.
daycare there.
This one.
Yeah.
In,
not a good one.
it's
Not good for the
an
cause.
AT&T building in
Nashville.
Tennessee, Nashville.
Yeah, that was recently, and
But he
yeah.
he did it on Christmas
He had
Day.
an RV and he had
and he
speakers
was playing
that was
music.
like, "I'm
he was
gonna."
like, "Everybody get out!
Yeah.
I'm blowing up the AT&T building. I don't want to hurt anyone. I just want to make AT&T unhappy."
What was his beef with AT&T?
I think it was NSA.
Oh,
Yeah.
I thought he was just on the phone for too long.
true.
What?
It looks like Sauron, and Spud was like, if I had to look at that building every day, I would probably want to blow it.
Yeah,
up.
if I was a little schizophrenic and they're like, "There's a
It's very scary
there's a
looking
terrifying
building.
tower there."
It was a scary building.
It's so scary.
Yeah, it's like
So
windowless.
he's justified.
Yeah.
yeah.
It was,
Well,
the architecture was
allegedly,
terrible.
yeah.
Well, people had to pretend that the World Trade Center
It was like
were
Howard
beautiful.
Rourke.
The new building instead of the World Trade Centers is
Little
better.
Fountainhead reference.
Which one? What did you say?
Nothing. I don't know why I'm remembering.
Did you read the Fountainhead?
Suddenly I'm remembering books. I don't know what's happening. I've been
talked
taking
about
it easy on the
Fountainhead.
drinking. All of a sudden I'm like, "Oh yeah, I remember books."
I love the
Fountainhead
Fountainhead.
fucking rules.
The ending of the Fountainhead is the most insane close of a book.
Yeah, it's one of the best.
He's a great architect. He does a rape, and that is like the lady thinks it's hot, so that's a weird part of it. But moving past that, he's a great architect, and he lowers himself to design public housing. He's like, "I'll build the best public housing. If I'm going to design public housing, it's going to be the best public housing." And they make it ugly, so he destroys all of the
Yeah.
homes for poor people. And then he gives a beautiful speech about, "I had to do it. Ugliness has no place." And the jury let him off because the speech is so good, and then the book's over.
What?
But it's a book about the
That's when he
importance of
rapes the lady and
destroying public
destroys
housing.
the projects
You've
and
got to
everyone's
ruin
like-
the projects.
It's crazy.
It's such a great book.
That's crazy. I did not get that out of it.
Really?
Yeah. Funny synopsis.
It's also about like relentlessly pursuing your goals and
Yeah.
being the man.
Clearly, yeah.
And all the
pretty
mediocrities
awesome. It's
try
Ayn
to
Rand.
tear you down.
Oh, it's Ayn Rand.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ayn Rand wrote that?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was her first
Shit rocks.
big hit.
Damn.
I like it more than Atlas Shrugged.
I really liked Atlas Shrugged. I was a big Ayn Rand teenager.
I know. I never
I
really
was
fucked.
like,
I never
I am
fucked
the
with
great
Ayn Rand.
man of history, and
You gotta
everyone will
really
get out of
commit
my way.
yourself. It's
Was Ayn Rand a girl?
fucking
Yeah.
yeah.
Okay, I thought so.
Also, like an old Russian lady.
Yeah, she hated
Very, I
communism.
find her
Yeah.
very
Yeah.
sexually exciting. She's
Really?
great interviews. In all of her interviews, I think she's
I've never really
Really?
taken a look at young Ayn Rand.
young Ayn Rand is okay looking. There's a great interview
you prefer
she
you
gives
prefer
late.
her older?
She's like, "I do not want a woman to ever be president. It would be wrong."
Yo, bro.
I know it doesn't come across as much in the
fucking
picture.
hurt. Talking about,
Ugly
bro.
as
Doesn't
shit.
come across in the picture, but she
like
has an
German.
energy. I'm telling you, she has an energy.
Steve German.
Bro.
It's not the best picture of Ayn. We all have bad pictures of us
Ayn
out
Rand's
there.
fucking busted, bro.
Ayn Rand is ugly as shit.
She's a very sexy woman.
I think Atlas Shrugged, dude.
Look at some videos of Ayn Rand and see the way she moves.
Bro, I'm
and
telling you,
talks.
she's one of the ugliest women I've ever seen. You're far right, dude.
If you're about her, everybody
I was like,
wanted
the
her.
bride's looking all right. Then I went, oh, okay.
I'm saying there are
I haven't
better.
found one picture.
It's
Yeah,
not
she-
about the look,
Her mug's crazy, dude.
and yet despite that, she's very sexy.
She looks like she spent at least a couple years underground,
she may have. I don't know what
Most.
half she went under in Russia, but it was
like physically.
But they don't like her because she's
Yeah, she was against communism.
yeah.
Yeah, she had a little dollar lapel. She's like the free market.
What?
So powerful.
Damn. I mean, dude, that'd be crazy living in like a depressed communist country and just smashing Ayn Rand.
Yeah.
It's all you get. You get
It's
like
kinda
2
nice.
loaves of bread a month.
A couple vodkas, potatoes,
True.
a couple Ayn Rands kicking around. You dig them up out of the dirt. You get this dig an Ayn out. You go, this is a turnip. Ah, fuck. This is a
fertile.
turnip. You go, oh, never mind.
Just an Ayn Rand.
It's an Ayn.
It's food for thought. When did you have your Ayn Rand? I didn't have you picked as a.
Hillary Clinton's are.
That
Oh,
makes
I see.
sense.
That's kind
Sometimes
of all
they-
I ever read was
Yeah.
like classics. You know?
It feels wrong to waste time. Oh, all right. I was reading about Roman Polanski this week. I got in a big Roman Polanski Wikipedia wormhole.
Allegedly a pedophile.
Well, actually, openly.
Allegedly.
He gave an
Fair
interview in
legal
1985 where he's
allegedly.
like, I fucked young girls. Everybody wants to do that. He was like very open about it.
Yeah.
He definitely says he does. Anyway, the French culture minister stood by him. This is getting back to literature in a second. The French culture minister at the time was like, we must not deport this man. He's a great artist. We stand by that. Then people read the French culture minister of the time's autobiography. And there's this big section where he was going to Thailand. He's like, I was at the boy brothels and these sweet boys, you can pay them. And it was the most erotic feeling. His defense was that he wrote half novel, half autobiography, and it wasn't all true. But like, imagine being a politician and coming out with your biography. And there's a big section about how you love boy prostitutes in Southeast Asia. And then
But that
going,
was just
I just put
literary
that in for
flair.
a literary flourish.
Yeah, that was just
I
him
just-
being like,
And I thought like Norm's book
Yeah,
is
he's
like
I
that.
was just
but
putting it out there, you know. I was
that's
just
crazy.
It's-
showing
was
people
nuts.
a little something crazy in them.
But also, he doesn't say which bits are made up. He just says you can't trust all of this. Maybe that bit about me being a pervert in Asia is
Norm's book, I got tricked by it. I read it way too long before I realized it was a joke.
when he's committing prison
Way
rape.
too long.
Like what?
I was on like chapter 3
So you got through him.
a lot, like his
Yeah.
uncle, like everything.
Yeah, you thought the bit where he was on SNL because he was giving Lorne Michaels morphine was a
It
legitimate.
took it. No, but I mean, I was like, it took. I was
Yeah.
ashamed at how long it took.
That's so funny.
Yeah.
I read the first chapter without knowing, and I was just kind of like, maybe he did bring him drugs. I don't know.
Yeah.
I was.
It's such a great opening. I call this a recurring character.
Yeah, that was awesome.
A lot of Adam Egget in there. It's great.
There's Adam Egget was the only person I got really starstruck by in America, and he finds it very. It's cool now. I think it's normal, but
Yeah.
every time I see him, I go, "It's jerking off punks under a bridge for $15 a pop."
Yeah.
It's the Adam Egget.
He's the man.
He does rule. Damn, I didn't know that guy wrote in his autobiography, like, and then it just detailed explanation.
It's very. He's like he talks about the incredible erotic feeling of being able to pick your boy. It's like he's a member of the French government.
It does have a kind of one of those weird, like, pick your boy sound. It's like cellar door. It's like one of those poetic
Yeah, it
expressions.
is.
Being able to pick your
It's
boy.
just the perfect.
Phonetically, yeah, it's like it sounds
Pick
kind of
your
great.
Fuck you, Lemaire. Lemaire's like, I don't fuck with this. Shut up,
Dude, you
Lemaire.
play video games with the girl characters.
you
You should
pick-
be on Megan's Law, dude.
For real, playing with that is like number one.
Yeah.
Like
Pedophile
playing with
watch.
girl characters.
No, dude, it's better.
Do you
You
think
gotta
that's
look
why?
at the character. Why not look at a hot lady? They're
Here's my
always hot
question. I
ladies.
think that's maybe why the trans thing happened because it's the first generation that grew up playing girl characters and seeing themselves as a
Fair
girl all the
theory.
time, and then they. It's just a thought. No, you don't think so? You don't
It's a
think that's
bad
what's
thought.
going on?
It's kind of
all
a
about
trend.
looking
I
at an
never
ass.
play the girl. Never.
It's all about looking at
Dude,
the
you're
ass.
living in a
You,
woman's body. You're
Nate-
you're empowering inhabiting a woman's
I
body.
believe you, Nate. You are very, very horny. I think you like playing as a girl.
What? No.
Well, we were just playing UFC. You wanted to pick fucking female fighters.
It was the only way I could win.
He did not
A
win.
little Juana man then.
Yeah, I think Infinite Jest is a joke.
What?
The book?
It's a great book.
No, but I think the whole book is a joke.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What do you mean?
Like it's a joke by the author on the people reading it.
No, I think he wrote it out of love.
Yeah, no.
Did you
not
read
at all.
Infinite Jest?
No, it's too long.
Oh.
I was shocked too. I was like,
Structurally, it's a joke, I think, because it's that long and then all the action of the book takes place like outside of the book. Like you have to, there's so much time for him to describe the important things in the
Everything.
book and he still doesn't do it.
Yeah.
But I love that
That's
book.
why I think it's a joke. And then everyone just tries to figure out what it means, and it's like, no, it's
No,
just
it's
a
not
joke.
that. It's
No,
not that. It's not as like complicated as that. He said I watched an interview. He wanted people to
Do the
He wanted to
work.
make something very hard. You had to like work for and study.
There's a real point to it.
because he thought technology was becoming so addictive. It would one day grow, or entertainment was like growing with technology to become so addictive. It would one day just ensnare us completely, and we'd all lose ourselves. He was
So they
kinda
made a
right.
hard book.
Yeah,
Yeah.
with like 1,000 footnotes.
But it's still fun. Like I laughed a lot.
That's
at
good.
Infinite Jest. And then there's a great interview where he goes, once they have virtual reality pornography, I have to commit suicide immediately.
He killed himself.
And then he did.
Man of his word.
I don't think it was
Damn.
for that.
Hung himself. Yeah.
I never read it.
It's good.
I
The first-
think it bothered me.
What, the book?
Yeah.
The first like million pages are pretty
Yeah.
tough, and then once you get into it, it's just
Once they get to
awesome.
the
Yeah.
tennis academy,
Yeah, and you got
That's
to read
great.
it on a Kindle because there are a million footnotes.
I don't even know what it's about.
It's about like a guy.
Oh,
so they made an entertainment cartridge that if you watch it once, you're fucked, and you can never take your eyes off it, and your body will just like you'll just let your body be completely destroyed. And it was made by
Xbox.
yeah, pretty much.
yeah, yes,
It's hell let loose.
Yeah, and it was
There you
made.
go. I can order Chipotle.
It was made by a guy whose son was in a tennis academy, if I remember correctly. But
Yeah.
the dad, after making it, was like a failed filmmaker. But that one took off. But it was like a government weapon that like Canada's
there was a
fighting.
great
the
scene
United
where he
States
comes home to his dad committing. His dad puts
Yeah.
his head in a microwave
and cuts out
and
a hole.
explodes his head. And
Yeah.
the boy's like, the worst part is I walked in the house and my first thought was, it smells really good in here. It's a really funny. It's also
Yeah.
about Quebec separatists. It's about crippled.
Is this a Canadian
Yeah,
author?
no, but he like part of the joke is that all of
Midwestern
North
boy.
America has become one country, but Quebec still wants to secede. But they only let crippled people become assassins, and you can tell when they're coming when you hear the squeak. It's a really funny book.
Yeah, it is funny.
It's also about a drug addict who decides not to have painkillers when he's very seriously hurt. It's such a
Did this inspire your book at all?
I mean, obviously, just reading it, I was like, this shit rules.
Yeah.
But I could never.
It strikes me, yeah.
Right now, Finnegan's Wake has inspired me big time, but I can't understand any of it. I just read it and go, I just read the footnotes and go, oh wow, that's what that means. That's so fucking cool. And then I
I'm so
forget.
envious that you have that. Like
Oh,
if
it's
I
amazing.
read a footnote, I'm like, I'm done with. I can't. It's like, I got to read this sentence 4 times. I still can't understand.
Once
it.
I see the asterisk, I go, oh boy, here
I'm
it's
going to
coming.
that.
Here it's coming.
I'm
I'm
going to
going
that.
right to the footnote.
Yeah.
I love footnotes.
Infinite Jest is like he'll do footnotes on the footnote. You got to have 3 bookmarks going while you read it.
But if you have a Kindle, you can just tap
Just
the
tap
link
it.
and it takes you to it. And you
Kindle
tap
was
back.
nice for
That's
words.
how I did it.
Words I didn't know.
And words, dude, I wouldn't have gotten through
That
that
was
book
nice.
without a Kindle. I couldn't have read Infinite Jest
Have you read The Sun Also Rises?
Yeah,
in high
I just
school.
finished
yeah.
it.
I love it.
I just was waiting for his dick to start working the whole time,
Brother.
and it never did.
We've talked about this.
Have we?
The
All
first,
right.
I read the entire book
Yeah.
and somehow missed in the beginning that his dick didn't work.
Well, then there's nothing.
I was furious at the end
Yeah.
when they're in the car and they're like, "Oh, we could have been something. I love you so much."
You're just
And I
like,
was
why
like,
not?
Fuck.
What happened?
You dumbass. Yeah, he got his dick injured.
We didn't
in
read
World
that
War
for
I.
high
His dick gets
school.
injured in the war. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I missed that part.
Dick
And this is what I
injury.
love is when
Read
his
the whole
dick,
thing.
he's recounting when when his dick first got injured. I think I said this recently, but it's like he's in a hospital bed, but it's all Italian guys making fun of him for his dick being blown, which is the nastiest. Like of all the hospitals you could be in, an Italian hospital, and all these guys
True.
going, "Your dick don't work, kill yourself." That's the worst thing that could ever happen to a man.
I just read the other one, Farewell to Arms.
Is it good? That's the
Yeah.
one that the guy throws out of a window in Silver Linings Playbook.
Yeah.
So I didn't want to read that.
No, it's great.
All right.
Especially the beginning when it's about before he gets hurt. It's great. The war scenes. It's awesome.
He's such a good writer.
Yeah, he's
Yeah.
probably my favorite.
I
There's
remember
one
that, we
scene
had to
in-
do that in
oh.
high school and had to do like a blue book like essay examination. I remember just being like so fucking stunned. I remember there was like a question on it. It was like why doesn't he just bring it up on the date or like tell the lady or something
Yeah.
like that? I remember in the essay, I distinctly remember writing like, it would be hard to be like, hi, my name's Jake and my dick doesn't work.
Yeah.
And the teacher literally underlined it. It was like hilarious.
Really?
Yeah.
That's
I
a
was
good
like,
teacher.
Fuck
I mean,
yeah.
you were right.
Shout out Mr. Quinn, dude.
Yeah.
He was the guy who told us all to learn how to fake cry. He's like, it'll serve you so well in relationships. He's like, if I get back
How
to
long
the
did this
corner,
man
I
last
fake
in the
cry.
school system?
He's like, I fake cry. My wife just caves every time.
Holy shit.
Yeah, dude.
I mean,
dude
that's
ruled.
terrible advice.
That was good.
That's insane
Dude,
advice.
ruled.
I love it. It's awesome going
High
on
school
that.
English
an all
teachers are
boys school,
crazy.
and
Yeah.
the teacher being like, "All right, enough of that lesson. Women suck. You guys are about to find out. You got to learn how to fucking cry because these
I've picked
bitches
my
are
own
gonna
syllabus.
fucking ruin your
picked my
life."
own syllabus to teach you boys about women. I'm going to start with Hemingway. He knows how to treat a lady.
He does. We'll tag him up a little. We'll fucking hit him with a touch me, cunt. Yeah, I went to Hemingway's house too. It's pretty sick. And when I was in Spain, I went on a nice Hemingway bar crawl.
Now,
in
have you
Madrid.
been to
Yeah.
the bullfighting?
I didn't go to the bullfighting.
It's made bullfighting seem
Yeah,
so appealing.
I don't think I would like it.
I think I would get bored immediately after they kill the first bull. I would
Yeah,
go,
I'd be
this
pretty
is
sad about it.
revolting.
Yeah.
It makes it through the whole book. I'm waiting for him to get an erection, and the bullfight's coming. We go, surely he's getting hard at the bullfight, and then he doesn't.
No.
Then he goes for a swim, and he doesn't get an erection there.
Such a good story though. Like, what if your dick didn't work?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Like,
And he
for,
just
like,
has to
at
watch
all.
the love of his life just keep
fuck other men.
fuck a fucking the
and ruin them.
bullfighter. He's
And then all right,
the
the
young
best bit in the
hot
book.
matador comes in.
The
He's
young
like,
hot matador and the guy, like, he loves bullfighting, and the guy who owns the hotel loves bullfighting. They're the only two who really understand bullfighting. And they go, this man is special. We got to keep him away from loose women and hard drink. And then the woman he loves has sex with the bullfighter, and the guy in charge of the hotel looks at him like, you fucking impotent. No, you couldn't even stop your degenerate friend from ruining the one beautiful boy.
Brett. Isn't that her name?
She was
Or is
so
that- yeah,
erotically
she's- yeah.
charged throughout there was there was one bit, like, it's all obliquely written and it's straight, like weird Hemingway stuff. We went there on the next day. It was a good day, and we went over there, and it was very hot.
And we had wine and we went fishing.
But the
and
one
it's-
sentence that I love
yeah.
is like, he's at a party that he hates with like this woman he loves and the man she's fucking, and like the man goes off to get champagne and he's so angry with this guy going to get champagne. He's got to be this woman he can't have sex with. And then the guy comes back and fine, we'll open the champagne. And then he goes, it was sensational champagne. I folded that over. I was like, I don't know why that's not a good sentence on its own. But within the book,
What
I
about a
apologize.
reboot of that story movie, but then he just gets into pegging?
that would be.
He just gets pegged.
That'd be great.
That'd be sick.
I don't understand
Something.
how they can turn it into a movie. Nothing would happen. It would just be a man fishing and watching a bullfight and looking at a lady.
Yeah, but if you
sadly.
knew his dick didn't
could.
work, it'd be gripping. You'd be like, fuck.
Yeah.
It would be great if you had to change the title so that everyone, just like you call the movie, the man whose dick didn't work.
What I didn't know. I didn't know was his dick. When
son
I read
also
it in high
writes.
school, I just imagined he had, like when Michael Jackson had like his nose redone.
Yeah.
I thought he just had like was it like a cloth over it, like it was missing, or was it just not functional?
I don't know. I don't think it ever really described.
I
think
imagined it like it
wounds.
was missing. I thought like he didn't have a dick.
I think they don't go into detail, but he
They
doesn't
don't
have.
go into detail, but there was scars and shit. I think he lays down with a lady at one point.
There's a prostitute who tries to get him to
Yeah.
employ her, and he goes, I won't be able to partake of that. She goes, you are sick? And he goes, yes. She goes, I'm sick too. He's like, maybe she had gonorrhea and he missed out due to his broken penis. It's a great. I didn't think I'd enjoy the broken penis book.
Damn.
It's great.
I loved it.
Now the technology exists, you can get that pump in your ball.
Yeah.
Just psh, 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 psh.
There was an episode of
they
Fat
have it?
Pizza, yeah,
Yeah.
where you have to activate. I think the trans
Isn't it
penis
under
is
the
that you get
sack?
to choose.
Yeah.
Where's
That would
the
be
pump
so
go?
nice to get to choose when you had an erection.
I think it's just, I don't know, maybe just underneath your sack. Just a
I
little-
think it
little
might be
air-
underneath the sack.
If they
That's
built-
what the
building it
testicles
into
are.
the sack.
Is a little squeezy.
Building
There's
it
a
into
little-
the sack would be sick. Just you could just
Pumps.
literally pump your sack.
Yeah.
But yeah, pretty sick. Pump up penis would be nice.
Yeah.
I'm chased right now for the time being. I'm
That's
chased
good.
for 5 days, but
No
Here,
food, no sex.
no coming. Yeah, no coming,
Well,
no food.
Let's take
Pretty
this
good.
cum talk into the Patreon.
True. We're at an hour already. Yeah, let's
Let's
actually. I
take
got.
this- let's if you want to hear about some cum talk,
Yeah, dude.
Patreon.
I have some good topics actually.
All right, nice. See you there.